Hi guys, good morning. Um, I hope all of you are enjoying the festive season wherever you are all over the world. This is the monthly second reading for the month of October for the members, and we are going to take up the questions and get started with each one of them. Okay, so the first one is coming from Krishnamurti, and I'll just go ahead and enter the details. Krishna, you have not, you've just given me your date of birth. I want to know if there would be any major problems in married life, but in terms of money and partner, what are the crucial time periods to watch out for? You've not provided me any birth time and place. Um, Krishnamurti, you've not provided me any of that details. So do me a favor, I'll move on to the next question, but you please retype the entire question, birth, date, time, and place, like other people are doing, so that I can take up your question and I'll take up your question right after this, okay? But I'll take up the other question in the meantime, but you need to please provide me the entire details. So until then, I will pick up Rishab's question, and I see Rishab's details. I'm intentionally refraining from um, speaking it out, but the place is Thane. So that is how, Rishabh, you're confirmed that I've picked up your details. And the question is, just watched your Jupiter Mahadesha video. It answered few of my questions and perfectly reflected the way of my life currently is going. Okay. I've been shifting away from my home to another city. There has been a strong sense of detachment in recent years inside me as well. I was thinking of quitting my job sometime after March 2025 after getting my year end bonus, as I want to have more time exploring my other interests and the job currently is taking too much time. I wanted to know which time will be good to quit after March 2025. Will be mainly starting a small business to sustain and give time to other hobbies and interests. Also wanted to know what are my chart says about materialism and spirituality. Very good question, Rishab. Um, Okay, Anshuman, I see your note, and if you're not able to see it anymore, then request you to please, and Krishnamurti, please don't type everything individually. It will be lost, and I will not pick it up that way. The enthusiasm that you guys show in posting the questions, please follow a simple format: place, date, time of birth, all these three things, followed by a question in one single place here, because there are so many questions and then it gets lost on my screen as well. And i'm trying to um I'm trying to keep it as live chat and not as top chat, so that I see all the comments. So Anshuman, I'll come to you, but let me just get started with Rishab's question. So Rishabh, primarily your concern is that post March 2025 you want to explore if quitting your job and getting starting on your own in terms of a side hustle or a small business is going to be a good idea or not. And that is the time when you will be in your Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury. Okay, Mercury will be your pratyantar, and I'm not surprised because from a Mercury pratyantar perspective, it is the planet which is going to bring in that interest towards running your own gig and doing your own stuff. I see there are a lot of people who are joining in. If you've guys, this is a reading that I do on a monthly basis, twice a month, alternate weekends basically, for my members. So please consider exploring membership, and that is how you will be able to get details on the question, and you will be able to get responses. um, and I see Sanatani Joe is here. Sanatani Joe, hello guys. Those who don't know him, he was the first subscriber, and rather he is the first subscriber and the first member of the channel. So shout out to him for putting his trust, faith. He's done multiple personal readings as well, and he is a regular supporter, and I cannot thank him enough for this support. Okay. So coming back to Rishabh's question and elaborating on that, Rishabh, you are running Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury period until June of 2025. Okay, and that period will start from February onwards next year. But before we do that, let's quickly look at your chart. See, you are a Leo ascendant, where your Lagna Lord is sitting in the 11th house. Beautiful. That's a good situation to be in. It is sitting in Mrigshira Nakshatra of Mars as well. Okay. Then, oh boy, there is a Ketu Saturn conjunction in the 8th house. That's the Shapit Yoga. You've got to be careful about that one. Rahu is in your second house. Jupiter is retrograde in your fifth. Okay. So I'm expecting something would have happened with respect to either your education, or you got to be very, very careful when it comes to your child planning and stuff in future. Okay. But your 10th house, it has an exalted, though combust, but exalted moon. Um, and then it is in conjunction with another retrograde and combust Venus, along with Mars and Mercury. So there's a clutter of multiple planets and out here. However, Mars and Mercury, both of them are getting directional strength, but I'm not happy about the combustion of Moon and Venus. Okay, so there are a few tricky yogas in your chart, and we will not delve into that bit. But I think the main question that we have to understand is that how the entire new startup gig, etc., is going to work out for you. So, see, if you've written that it'll be mainly starting a small business to sustain and give me time to have other hobbies and interests. Um, and if your goal is to maintain sustainability, okay, and if your goal is not to scale this thing to a huge extent, then I think it should not be a major trouble. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is that Lugn Lord himself is going to 11th, and the 11th Lord is coming to 10th. So you will be doing pretty well. I think you should be able to do pretty well. But why did I say that goal is sustainability and not a humongous business or a big size business? Because your 7th Lord is going to 8th, and it is going in conjunction with Ketu, and it is forming something called as a Shapit Yoga, which is a very tricky situation, especially because Saturn is a natural karaka of um, karma. It's the natural lord of 10th house. So from a profession perspective, it creates a sense of delineation, lack of interest, and somewhere, the motivation to do something of that sort goes away. Okay. And then your 10th lord, which is Venus, it is retrograde and it is getting into combustion as well. So the impact of running your business and growing it to a big scale gets slightly damaged. Now, everybody who's taken a personal consultation from me and have had that kind of a challenge, they know that I have a huge bias. Okay. I have a huge bias towards entrepreneurs. I started my own company years back in India. I went bankrupt. I fought back to the corporate job, grew in the corporate ladder again. At a pretty senior position, but somewhere deep inside, I have that entrepreneurial calling inside me. So I tend to, the astrologer in me tends to take a backseat, and when I see somebody having that ambition in them, or that sort of a dream in them, so I would absolutely, back you, Rishabh. Go ahead and take that call, even though with this Venus combust and retrograde and Saturn in conjunction with Ketu, because your Lugn Lord, your savior, is sitting in 11th, and 11th Lord is coming to 10th. These are two strong yugas, irrespective of the other challenging challenges that I see. And it should not hamper your sustainability requirement. It should not, ideally. And I hope Shivji is speaking through me with this. And my wishes are with you, man, because I would really want somebody to push through, you know, all odds and do something of their own. So, Rishabh, that is where I would just want you to be mindful of this last bit. And then you said that what about spirituality? And see, you've got to understand that somewhere or the other, Ketu is also a carrier of past life karmas. It is a reflection of spirituality. Jupiter is retrograde, and your ninth lord is getting into conjunction with Venus. Okay, one, it will bring in interest in astrology and all that stuff. Even though that Venus is combust, so you might not essentially become an astrologer, but you will grow in that sphere. You will gain more and more interest in that side of the life, and see, spirituality is going to increase in your life with your own karma. Like you will go out in a quest to discover more. That is bound to happen. That is, I mean, while ninth and 10th connection, people call that as a Raj Yoga and all that stuff, it's a different interpretation as well that you have to understand. That quest will be there in your life. Okay. Plus Jupiter is getting retrograde. It's on its own sign. It's the natural karaka for that. And it's getting a lot of strength from that perspective. So that quest will be there. It is going to only increase. And please utilize this Jupiter Mahadasha well. I'm so glad you watched it. This is going to be a dasha of consistency and transformation for you, and you are going to explore many more things in the course of these 16 years. And then Saturn comes in, so you will have a lot more clarity, because I think based on your chart with its conjunction with Ketu, by the time you reach the Saturn dasha, you will find many other aspects of life getting discovered to you. So it's not just Shapit Yoga that comes into play. Okay, it's not just the negative connotation that you should attach to yourself. I hope, my friend, that has answered your question, um, and I hope Shivji helps you in you achieving this dream and you materializing that. But from a dasha perspective, from Feb to June, I gave you that indication that you are running the Pratyantar of Mercury. Okay, Mercury is getting good directional strength. It is 11th lord coming to 10th. You can explore it. All right, I will pick up the next question. Um, and I see Krishnamurti has finally made the correction, and I'll pick up his question because he was the first um, a person to put his question out there. Guys, the reason I request you to put in all your details is that there are multiple other channels that try and do the same thing, but they save your details. And I don't. I use a paid software, a cloud software, but I don't save the details at my end. And I am considering buying a different one, but my, I just somewhere feel that it is not okay. But since it is any which ways coming to me, I think it will save time in the long run if I have details saved at my end. Nevertheless, at this point in time, I don't have it with me, so um, it requires you to ensure that you are entering everything correctly. I'll just reread your details, Krishna. 28. 45. Hyderabad. Okay. I want to know if there would be any major problems in married life, be it in terms of money, partner, etc. What are the crucial time periods to watch out for in marriage? Yeah. So you have, Rahu in your second, Ketu in conjunction with Jupiter in your eighth. That is one of the okay situations to be in. Venus is in your seventh house. It is in the sign of Capricorn. And then you have a clutter of planets sitting in your ninth house. Saturn getting combust, Mercury getting combust, Mars getting combust under the affliction of Sun in the sign of Pisces. And you have Moon in your tenth. There will be a lot of disturbance and challenges when it comes to fortune favoring you, my friend. And I'm pretty sure, Krishna, you have already observed that through the course of your life. And from a career perspective as well, there are lots of crest and troughs, ups and downs, wavy sort of career coming into play. So be mindful of that. However, you are currently running through your Moon Mercury period. Okay. And if I see from your moon chart perspective as well, your seventh lord is Venus, whilst from your D1 Lagna chart perspective, your seventh lord is Saturn, which is getting combust in the sign of Pisces, and it is in conjunction with Sun. So it's a slightly tricky situation. Okay, but the good part is that Venus is sitting there in the seventh house in the Lagna itself. Okay, um, and I think mentally you will be there to do everything possible right in your marriage. That's a very good sign, Krishna. The partner that you could have in your life would be a little serious by nature, a little traditional by mindset. Apologies, I'm just sipping my tea in the morning as I speak. And I slept pretty late because I was just uploading the Jupiter video, and I had to do all these family things as well to make sure that I'm balancing family and work. So, but anyways, coming back, Krishna, you have to, your partner is going to be a little serious by nature. She could be of traditional mindset as well, and you will put in the best efforts possible from your end um, to make the marriage work. There is no challenge that I anticipate from the longevity of a marriage perspective. However, uh, given that Saturn is combust, you will, and let me rephrase my sentence, you could see a possibility that there could be certain uh, lack of satisfaction that could come in place because of this situation. And there are a couple of things that I'm not able to speak in public forum, but couple of challenges related to those aspects could be there. Okay. um, yes, and there could be a possibility of conception challenges as well for some reasons, and again I'm not able to elaborate on those reasons right now. But that's the tricky part. I will urge you, see, when the combustion is happening, and especially in your case, when combustion is happening for multiple planets, please consider, and unfortunately, there is no non religious, non spiritual remedy for this, my friend, that I know of. But please consider doing puja of Surya. Okay. Here, instead of doing Saturn, Mercury, and Mars remedy, consider doing puja of Surya. And based on the dashas, antardashas that come into play, or dashas that come into play, spend, like it sounds so artificial, but find your connect with the respective god. So, because you are in Moon Mercury, Mercury is getting into combustion. Ganeshji's help is very vital, and then Ketu also follows, so that's going to help. Similarly, when it comes to Venus, Sun, whatever antar or pratyantar dashas follow, right? And of course, Moon means Krishna or Shiv, right? So you'll have to keep that in mind. But this is the tricky piece in your chart that is coming into play. And Saturn is going three places away, so you'll have to definitely keep on working towards your marriage and improve on any challenges that come. So you should go with a mindset in your marriage that you have to work towards your partner. You have to figure out how things can be solved collectively, how you guys can do things together, and not just blame anybody, because if that happens, then it will be a sour experience and you don't want that. Okay. So I hope, Krishna, you get it. But doesn't mean any negative thing is going to happen. Like, there is no breakup, there is no negative situation in the marriage. You have to just work with your partner, see things in a positive light. I hope that answers your question, my friend. With that, I will move on to the regular order. So Krishna's question is addressed, Rishabh's question is addressed. I see Aether's question is here. Aether, good to see you, my friend. I don't know the real names of you guys. I was just thinking sometime I should have a Google Meet invite for you fellows if you are interested, because I also want to see the faces and know whom I'm answering the questions for. And I'm so thankful to you guys that you trust in me, have faith in me. You've invested your time, effort, energy in terms of taking this subscription and believe in me answering the questions. So thank you, folks. And those of you who are just chiming in, additionally, this is a reading for the members. Every alternate week, we do this to answer one question in each of these sessions or two questions every month. Consider exploring this, guys. All right. Um, I see Aether's question. I've already entered your details, Aether. So I have your chart prepared. Um, Sir, last time you taken it at as AM. I have put it as 2004 now. And yes, I could have made that mistake. That is where I request you guys to enter the details in the 24-hour format. But thank you for correction. Can I find a break in politics? Can you also tell me about marriage? Thank you, Pranav. Either I let me read out to you your chart here. Okay, so I hope that we are on the same page and there is no confusion there. So you are a Sagittarius ascendant, Ketu in your second house, Moon in your fourth, Jupiter and Saturn in conjunction in your sixth, Mercury retrograde in seventh, Mars and Venus combust with Sun sitting in the seventh house, and Rahu in your eighth house. I hope that is correct. So, and I see somebody is just joined the membership as well. Welcome. Welcome and thank you for exploring the membership. All right. So, Aether, I hope this is the correct, details. Now, the question that you are primarily interested is to understand that how politics is going to work in your life, and um, how you are going to do in marriage. So before I jump into marriage, I will talk about the politics bit. See, we have to see two three planets when it comes to political career. Okay, you have to see the 10th house lord, where it is going. Your 10th house lord is Mercury. It is going into its own sign in the 7th house, and it is going retrograde 10 places away. Okay, that is a good movement, by the way. It's a good movement from self-employment perspective, self-work perspective, and things like that. So you will find benefit either from that angle. Now, the second thing that you have to look at is the dignity of Saturn or Surya in your chart, because they also denote power and stability and government career. And especially Saturn, because it is the connection with masses, while Sun is the government himself. Okay, and this Sun is the lord of ninth coming into your seventh house, which means that you are going to gain from the government. Understand, I'm not going to tell you the exact answer, but I'm going to tell you certain parts and you have to solve that puzzle for yourself. So you are going to do well when it comes to making your career or solving things with your own hands, because of that retrograde Mercury. Sun is going 11 places away, getting into Kendra, Lord of Trikon, that's a Raj Yoga, and it is saying that you are going to find benefits from the government or from your father or bosses or anything of that sort as well, right? Then Saturn is coming to the sixth house. It is the Lord of your second and third, okay? And it is coming into the house of litigations, problems, fights, and all that stuff. I've already announced you are welcome to the channel. So I will pick up your question in a minute. And why do I see that this person is a repeat visitor? So maybe you are rejoining the membership. So welcome back, I should say. Um, and then coming back to you, Aether, the third bit is that you have to understand what is the situation of Rahu. Okay, and Rahu is going into your eighth. And the challenging position with this Rahu is that it is coming into the sign of Cancer, Moon. It is not going to be comfortable with that situation. Okay, so this is where you will find struggle, where there could be certain allegations, there could be certain um, misrepresentation of reputation that might come into play, and that could be a challenging scenario. Now, whether or not it will pan out, see, Rahu is getting into 10th in your D9 chart. Okay, though again in the sign of Cancer, which is the tricky part. Rahu has to gain strength. So it tells me, please do not assume after marriage. It means that in the second half of your life, you will have the possibility of getting more and more exposure in the social image and stuff, and Rahu can help you do that. But there will be allegations, there will be struggle, and success could be hard to come if you pursue that political career. Having said that, remember Mercury is going 10 places away, Sun is coming 11 places away, so there are good things as well. This is not a PMO chart, but who knows if it is a PMO chart or not until you become a PMO, right? Uh, so yeah, you never know, but you know how I've broken down things for you, and you have to figure out. Uh, because every time, and I said, as I said, when when I see somebody trying to do something of their own and not just a job, in a job I prescribe things to people that you should be working in this fashion, in this direction, in this industry. But when it comes to pursuing their passion, trying to do something of their own, then I get a bias, guys. So I try to wait in terms of the most logical explanation possible and how I'm seeing things so that you can infer, because my heart will go out to you guys to make it happen. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and I hope that answers your question, Aether. And again, but be patient. Timing is important in this case. In the first half of your career, of your life, it's not going to be easy, buddy. So that is a warning I must give. Okay, all right. Now we will pick up Natal's question. Natal, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, man. But let's go ahead. Let me enter your date of birth first. Then you have entered 21997, so I'm assuming it is 1997 only. 20, 27. Okay. All right. So I think I have your chart. Yes, you are a Gemini ascendant, and I'll just revalidate that I've entered everything correctly. Oh, 27, 27. All right. So let's go through your question. So, sir, I'm trying to reduce my weight from 133 kgs down to 85 kgs by the end of the year. I've been struggling with weight loss, and as I gain back the weight, I lose, and it's like 30 kgs, 35 kgs at once. Also, I've struggled with relationships when I'm trying to get into one, but not able to find the right person. So, some advice, of course. Let's see. Um, so, Saturn is retrograde in the 10th house. You are a Gemini ascendant. Um, Rahu in your third, Ketu in your ninth. Jupiter is going in your eighth. Okay. And Mars is in its own sign in sixth. Venus is in seventh. Good position. And then you have Mercury combust and Moon combust in your fifth house with Sun. Okay. And Moon is your um, Lord of second house. Natal. It is the Lord of your second house. And see, my first inclination was to look at Jupiter. Why? Because Jupiter is sitting in eighth and it is staring into its sign of exaltation. Okay, it is staring in its sign of exaltation, and it's a debilitated Jupiter. But this Jupiter is in exchange with Saturn. Okay, it's a very powerful yoga. It's not a bad yoga. It's a very good yoga, and I do not get worried when Jupiter comes into eighth because that's the only planet that can sustain eighth so well. Okay, so natal first thing is first and foremost, and I have the same Jupiter, right? My Jupiter also gives an exalted aspect to my ninth house. So that's why, from a knowledge perspective and spiritual direction, you see where I'm headed, right? Because that Jupiter is expanding that bit, and it is doing the same for you. It is expanding your, giving an exalted aspect to the second, and it is expanding your food habits and stuff like that. So you have been struggling because you've been through the Jupiter Mahadasha. Okay, you are going through Jupiter Mahadasha, and that is why you are struggling with this. And unfortunately, there is a considerable amount of period left because this Jupiter Dasha goes all the way till 2032. Now, important thing is that Venus is in your seventh and it is giving an aspect to the Lagna, means you must have, first of all, good facial features and stuff. And right now, you are getting started with Jupiter Venus. Hmm. You've started with Jupiter Venus, my friend, and until October of 2025, you will be running through Jupiter Venus Rahu. It is an excellent period for you to utilize yourself and fix your weight issues from a dasha perspective itself. And I'm not kidding, I'm kidding you not. This is the best period for you. You can literally transform yourself. You could literally, this could also be the period where, my friend, you could culminate this into marriage in your life. Because I told you, I don't know if you watched the Jupiter video. I've said that this is the period of most auspicious events in life, and I should have said that it also is a period where you could bring a very charming looking situation in your life. So, Natal, you are in a period. If not this period, it will be very tough for you to do it until 2032. Post 2032, once you end up with Jupiter and you start running your Saturn period, and your Saturn is in 10th, you will be so engrossed and working so hard in your career, then automatically you might find some benefit, but this Jupiter will not let you. But this is a period, this is genuinely the period where you can transform it. So I am, and your moon is combust, bro. You have to understand that when the second lord is combust, you could be a convulsive eater as well, or your diet, picking your diet might not be a good thing. But Mars is there, your health will not suffer if you are able to take the right measures. From a sixth house perspective, it will take care of things. You're not getting any negative aspect from that angle. So my, I highly recommend you, this is the period, Jupiter Venus, please make good use of this time. Until Feb of 2027, this period is running. You will accomplish your goals. You have to just work towards it. Moon is combust. Figure out, your mind will not let you give control. You have to assign this to somebody else. You will not be able to control. So you tell someone to instruct you, to poke you, to insult you, whatever works for you, to pull back as and when required. And if you are able to do that, Natal, kudos. You should be able to achieve it. This is a period you should look damn handsome. Venus is giving you an aspect to your own lagna. You will do very, very well, bro. And when you achieve this transformation, post it everywhere. Post it everywhere. Rahu is in third. You'll get success because of that. Post it everywhere. Don't be shy. Put in your pictures. Start clicking your pictures right now when you don't look as great as you want yourself to be. And then post your transformation pictures. Bro, stick here every month. When we are doing this reading, you should come and update this forum. This is a family. Everybody here listening to you, they will give kudos to you. They'll cheer you up. Okay? And guys, we should do that. This should not just be a forum to ask questions and walk away. This should be a forum where we should motivate each other. Write in comments to the other people. Tell them that, boss, you can do it. Because we don't want to create a channel where we are just discussing problems and negativity. No, I try to be as positive as I can, guys. You should have noticed that. And you should also support each other in the community. This forum should be a place where anytime anybody feels down, they should feel that, yes, I have these 30, 40 people in this channel who are looking forward to help each other. So if somebody is trying to run their own business and the dasha is not reading they're good, just put in those comments that, bro, you're going to do well. Do that, you're going to do well. I'm pretty sure people will bounce back with that motivation. So, Natal, you will bounce back and you will do well, okay? Do not let things slip. I've told you, moon is combust, Jupiter is giving an aspect. Why this is happening to you, you can change it. Okay. All right. Bindu. Bindu, I guess you are new to the channel, so really appreciate you coming in and putting in your trust and faith in me. And let's pick up your question. 2001. Um, I am intentionally not speaking your details. Kakinada. I think Kakinada person was there already. So maybe you've changed your username. All right. I finished my bachelor's last year, looking for a job since then. So curious about my career wealth and also about my health too. Bindu, you have Ketu in your Lagna, Rahu and Jupiter sitting in your seventh, Mars exalted in your second. Very, very, very interesting. Moon in your third, Saturn retrograde in your sixth, Mercury and Venus in your 10th, and Sun debilitated in your 11th. Okay. Um, and you are running through Jupiter Dasha. So, guys, I've made a video on Jupiter Dasha. Please go ahead and check that out. See, you have a slightly tricky situation. Your lung lord is going in conjunction with Rahu, okay? And it is going and sitting in the inimical sign. And here Rahu is getting more powerful. If you've not checked that in my video, I've actually clearly stated that who's getting more powerful. So in your case, Rahu is finding more power, okay, when compared to Jupiter. And currently, you are going through Jupiter Saturn. And as you said that you finished your bachelor's last year, and since then you've not been able to find a job and stuff. So you've been through the Jupiter Rahu period as well, which has been the tricky period. You are going through Jupiter Saturn. This is going to be a period where you will find a job, but your job loss could continuously happen, or you could find layoffs, or lack of stability could be there in your career for some time. Okay, why? Because the Saturn is retrograde as well. But it is in the sixth house, so don't worry, it is in a good house. Tough planets in tough houses is good, malefic planets in tough houses is good, and it is in retrogression, so that is where it becomes a little tricky from a job perspective. But remember, this Saturn is sitting in the sign of Venus. Okay, it's in Taurus sign. It will do pretty decent here. Your career has to be in the field of job and stuff. Your second and third lord is coming into the sixth. Okay, and third lord coming into sixth is also a good situation to be in, so don't worry about that, and you will make good wealth in life, so don't even panic about that bit. Now, and Mercury is exalted, right? So Venus's debilitation is cancelled, and we are taking care of that. And since Venus debilitation is cancelled, you are getting slight niche bunk for Sun as well. So all that is sorted out for you. Don't worry. Now, from a period perspective, I think um, things will definitely be rocky until November. Actually, start of next year, you will see some opportunities coming in your way. Okay, or you might start putting in more efforts, Bindu. That is the positive sign that I see. And I see conversion happening somewhere middle of next year. Something that you might like, something that you might be happy with, should come around April, May, June period of 2025. You could find an opportunity. You have a window from December of 2025 as well, but you might not be happy with that opportunity. Okay, you might find some opportunity from December as well, or there could be increase in effort and traction with companies, interviews, and all that stuff happening. But I think something more stable will come from May, June of 2025. That will be the period where I think you will see some consistency coming in your way. Okay, and this period all the way till end of 2026, Bindu, please be prepared to work hard, slog hard. In 2027, you are going to see very good rise in your career. So don't think that you are going through a tough phase and what the hell is happening and nothing is panning out for me. Do not worry about that, because if you are consistent with your efforts, you will see that change coming in your life. It is promised in your chart, I'm telling you. But next few months, work hard. I think your efforts should increase from December, or the traction should increase. Mid of next year, 2025, you will taste success. Okay, so that is that. Let's move on to the next question of Om Mane. Om. Three. Okay. Om Mane, you've not put your time of birth, my friend. 12:45. Okay, let me, guys, when you make in so many entries, right, it becomes, you see how precise Sanatani Joe is in putting his questions in details. He's an expert almost, doing it for the last 6 7 months. You should try to be as, even Shri Bindu did the good job. So you've got to be Pune. So you've got to do it in that way, so that, because my screen here, it gets really cluttered and I'm trying to read the chart and I'm trying to solve on your questions as well. All right, so I just validate 12:45. 2003 Pune. ठीक है. So you are Capricorn ascendant with Moon in your ascendant and Mars sitting in your second. Rahu is in your fourth. Saturn retrograde in your sixth. Jupiter in your eighth. Ketu, Sun, and Mercury combusted in your 10th, and Venus in your 11th, okay, in the sign of Scorpio. Now, and your Lagna Lord is sitting in 6th retrograde, okay. So, Mane's question is, will I join my family business construction, which is already big, or I will pave my own path? I want to be self made and independent, even if that means starting from zero. Um, so, one thing is, boss, that you should join your families. Hmm. You should join your family's business. Okay. If you have a family business which is very well to do and which is very well running, then you should definitely join your family's business. Absolutely. Second lord is going fifth. You should absolutely join your family's business. Have no doubt about it. You will not do well in job. Your sixth lord is combust. It is sitting in a good placement in the 10th house, but it is combust. It will not be able to deliver the results. You will be doing abysmally bad when it comes to job. Okay. Plus, your sun is also under influence. It is with Ketu and it is debilitated. It is the eighth lord coming into 10th. So, doing family business and working in that area is going to be very, very helpful. Yes, you will create. You will create good wealth. Don't worry about it. Okay, 11th lord has connection with second. Fourth lord is going to second. Good wealth will be there. It will be coming from the family perspective itself. But do not start from zero. Do not start from zero. Start in your family business itself, and you should just continue to expand that. That that is what you need to do. Please do not do any kind of anything else in your chart. You will do very well if you do that. You will keep on growing it. Just believe in that. And if you want to make something of your own, like you've said that you want to pave your own path, do that when you have enough. See, this Rahu is crazy, right? Because your Rahu Dasha is going on. Do not separate from family business. Rahu will give you all sort of ideas. You do not separate from family business. You stick with family business. Okay. And the problem is Rahu is for a long time. And boss, you will become very, very spiritual in life also. Om Mane. You will become very, very spiritual in life. Please watch both my Rahu and Jupiter videos. You will understand, friend, why I am saying this. Okay. Please watch both videos one after the other. You will understand why I'm telling this to you. And your Jupiter is going in the 8th. You please stick with your family business. You will do very well financially. And do not have this thing that you have to grow everything by yourself and you have to chart a different path. You will make your path. You will make your own branch. Let's just say that. Be within the same tree. Make your own branch. You don't need to plant a new tree. Don't take that headache. When you have this thing, then why do you want to screw it up, right? So please, my friend, do not, and you will do well in business. You will expand your family business. That is also a great thing, right? You will take it to the next level. And financially, yes, you will do very, very well. If you take that route, you will do very, very well. So don't worry. All right, Sriram Kura, I'll pick that question. I hope, Om, you are happy. Shriram Kora's question is 1997, March 1997, 6:16 p.m. So that will be 18. 16 p.m. and Raja Mundri. All right. So, sorry guys, I forgot to drink my tea. It's got cold now. Anyways, but I'm kicking alive, so that's good. How will my career be along with the wealth aspect? Is there a possibility of starting own business in future? Guys, every time you ask business and you you touch a string inside me, which uh, makes me partial in my thought process. Mars and Rahu are in conjunction in Lagna. You're a Virgo ascendant, my friend. Shriram Kura. Moon sitting in its own sign in the 11th house. Jupiter in debilitation in the 5th, but don't worry, Niche Bhanga is happening for it because it is in Kendra with Moon. Okay. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, all three are combust in the 7th. And Sun and Ketu are also present in the same house in conjunction. Very, very cluttered situation when it comes to business. See, you are not going to do job any which ways. You will not be happy. You will not be happy in your job situation. I can already see that. I know why you're saying business because your moon chart gives a very strong inclination. Same happens with me. Okay, my Lagna chart doesn't give that much support, and I'm counting on my moon one. Okay, so let's hope Sri Ram Korat happens for both of us. See, I'm being transparent, guys. I'm not God. I don't know all the answers, and I'm trying to fix the puzzle for me as well. So I will, as an entrepreneur, my heart goes out to you. So here is my suggestion. Okay, um, your and one second, your dasha is Mercury. Within Mercury, you are Mercury Moon. Hmm. Don't jump right now. Hmm. Boss, your Lagna Lord is combust. That's a tricky situation. Okay. Hmm. And how old are you right now? You are 1997, so less than 30, which is a good thing. Then you have Ketu coming in right after that. And ये चलेगा 34 तक, 41. Venus be combusted. Fuck. Okay, let's see which one is going to help us. So Mercury is combust, it is gone. Venus is combust. Let's go with the moon chart now. Okay. So moon chart has Jupiter in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 10th lord is coming to 3rd, so 10th lord coming to 3rd and it is in retrogression. That's a good sign for running business. Okay, but remember I said in my 10th lord video, go and watch that. You have to see your chart from a 10th house perspective now, my friend, because your Lagna chart is not giving me much hope, unfortunately. Okay, yes, Jupiter is the 7th lord. It is going 11 places away into the 5th. Niche Panga is happening. Great. And it's a good Niche Panga. Okay, it's not a bad Niche Panga. It's a good one. It's happening in Trikon. It's happening with Moon. It's happening 7th to Moon. It's a good Niche Panga. Okay, Niche Panga, I am telling you, is a powerful situation. It makes people rich. But problem is that you have Venus combust, Mercury combust, which is your Lagna lord. That is where it is causing me the biggest trouble. So go and see this chart from a moon chart perspective, and the 10th lord in that case is going to the 3rd and it is going in retrogression. It brings ups and downs in the business. Okay, like sometime your business will grow and then suddenly it will crash and then you will bounce back. So it is going to be a struggling effort when it comes to your business, and you have to be prepared with that. Now the other bit is that your 7th lord is getting combust from a mind perspective, so decision making could be challenging, it could be tricky, it could bring in problems. Even in job you will not find happiness, right? That is another issue. My recommendation will be that if possible you please wait out the first half of your life. Let this Mercury dasha slip away, bro. and try to focus in job if you can. Okay, and if you absolutely cannot, then for now explore some side hustles during the Mercury period. Explore some side hustles for now, uh, Sri Ramkura, because yeah, I don't want you to quit everything that you have and just throw it out in the open. Just explore some side hustles through the course of you have to like do multiple things at one go, or you have to figure out an additional way of income for yourself. Explore some side hustle, figure out how you can make some money, and things should change post that. Okay, ideally Ketu is also not the period I would have recommended, but um Ketu Jupiter period is the one that is going to give you some support from your chart perspective. From that time onwards, you can then try and push forward. Okay, and one important fix for you, you start doing puja of Surya. Start doing Surya Namaskar or offering water to Surya. Very, very important. You have so many planets combusted, you have to fix Surya. Okay, all right, I will get started to the next question, and here comes my bro, my friend, whatever I can say, Sanatani Joe. The guy has been here forever and he's been the pillar behind this channel, supporting it. And he is one of the reasons I've been able to continue and stick. I was feeling very low at one point that I was not confident enough to, push through this membership because I had very less members, right? But the guy never quit. So I thought that there is one person who's still believing in me. So let me just stick it out. And thank you, Joe, because you were there. I continue to push, and we have decent size community now, and hopefully it will expand. Like last month, it was double the size. So some people have chosen to trim it down any which ways. Yes, I think this is the chart. You are a Virgo ascendant, Mercury, Sun, Jupiter, Venus combust, sitting in all sitting in your 11th, Saturn and Rahu sitting in 12th, Ketu sitting in 6th. Did you buy your Tesla or not? And Moon in 8th, Mars in 10th. Absolutely. Did you buy your Tesla or not? There is high work pressure. How's next 6 months looking work pressure wise? Also planning some travel in the last week, November or December. How's traveling looking? Nothing, Joe. I already told you you will crack the job. You did. And I already told you that there will be lots of action once you get into your this thing. Okay. I told you this thing that you should be expecting a lot of work at your end. Um, Once again. Um, okay. From November onwards, okay, it'll it'll relax a bit. Okay, post November onwards, it'll relax a bit. Oh yeah, so I think you are planning the travel also, and your dasha also states that that period it is going to relax, and I think yeah, it is going to be a good period for travel as well. You will enjoy it. You are anyways in the Venus Antardasha, and then Jupiter Pratyantar is coming in for you throughout the month. Jupiter is exalted, even though combust, it is exalted for you in the 11th. So yes, you will travel around, and that is okay. But maybe it is the vacation that you are taking, and it is reflecting in your chart, because from mid of November, I see reduction in work. Okay, work pressure. However, um, you will have again load of work in the first 3 months of 2025. Load should of work in 2025. Okay, Sanatani Joe, so please be prepared for that, because don't expect that things will come down for you. It will be pretty heavy. From April you will feel relaxed. Like now you will start talking about work life balance and all that stuff, maybe even the second half of March onwards. But Jan, Feb, March, very very busy period. Please expect lots of work coming your way, lots of work coming your way. Long hours you'll have to slog off. And congratulations, yes, the Tesla came in. Which one did you buy, an X or a Y? I was thinking of upgrading from my Y to X, and I was like, um, the guy has launched robo taxi and stuff, so I'm not interested in it anymore, because like I want to own a taxi anymore. So I don't know what to say about it, but congratulations, man. Um, and I'll pick up the next question now, but do post me, Sanatani Joe, which one you've gone ahead with. Okay. Uh, Picking up Anshuman's question, Anshuman says, okay, he's put in the details once again. So, Anshuman, thank you, man. It feels good when I find success with people who are working with me or associated with the channel and stuff. Guys, it genuinely feels good. Like, s- like Sanatani Joe is older than me, right? But like, I feel as if I'm part of that success. I feel part of that happiness and stuff, so it feels good, guys. I don't know your faces. Some of you have these pseudo names that I'm not aware of. Like Anshuman is sounds to be a real name, but many of you put these names which don't sound real, but I still feel some connection with you guys, and I don't know who you are, where you are, but I just hope you guys continue to do well. Anyways, so Anshuman's question is, what is the indicator of monetary status in my chart? It's a difficult placement to attain. Please say whatever that you can come across. All right. So, I'm if I understand your question correctly, Anshuman, what you're trying to ask is that how good or bad is your financial status in your chart, and what are the challenges that you will anticipate. So, first of all, your second lord is Sun, okay, and it is coming in sitting in the sixth house in conjunction with Jupiter and Mercury, and you see, it is second lord is going five places away. So, Anshuman, it's not a bad placement, first of all. It's a good placement because it is going a fifth movement. Dhan Lord, Dhanesh is doing a fifth movement, coming to sixth. You have to stick in with job, most probably. You have a exalted Saturn, by the way, in conjunction with Moon in the fourth. Uh, you have sound knowledge, boss. You have sound knowledge, and your married life will also be very good, Anshuman. Your married life in general will be good. Okay, but somewhere you are disturbed with some of the other problem, some of the other stress keeps coming to you. But Anshuman, what I can tell you is that job is going to bring you growth. Sun Jupiter conjunction is a good conjunction in your chart. Even though this Mercury is combust and retrograde, I don't want you to be rushing with things, with your decisions, and trying to work in haste and all that stuff. Please don't make that happen. Now the chart is promising few things. Let's look from a dasha perspective what is happening. See, Saturn dasha is running for you right now. Okay. And Anshuman, I am yet to come up with a Saturn video, but Saturn typically gives this mindset of, see, it gives an old mindset as well. Sometimes it pushes us to the brink where it starts making you feel as if you are already retired and you are a young lad, tad bit older than me, few years, but you are a very young person, like just 40 odd something, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that this is a period where the bad part is that Saturn as a dasha can give you a trigger of getting lazy, or like just maintain whatever I have and be in a zone where you are planning to be in a retirement mode. But when I say retirement mode, mind you, I'm not saying that you are in that mindset, but Saturn's dasha tends to do it. You have an exalted Saturn, and every hard work that you put in place, it is going to give you a multiplier effect. Remember, it is giving a debilitated aspect to the 10th as well. That is the challenging part. Okay, but from your career perspective, from your own growth perspective, it is, and plus you will have good knowledge. I'm pretty sure you have good knowledge, it is just not getting represented to the world. So money wise, you will do well. You have to stick your efforts into the job at depth, that is what is going to give you the outcomes that you are seeking. Without that, you will see lots of challenges coming your way. Jupiter is being the the lord of six sitting in that, and being the lord of nine sitting in there. You are going to grow very well in career, in job. Just do not give up. Things are going to improve for you drastically from second half of 2025, my friend. हाँ, second half of 2025 अच्छा वीनस केतु कॉम्बिनेशन भी है. हम्म, फिर भी let this ketu get over. This Saturn and its mahadasha will push the agenda in that direction too. It will push the agenda in that direction too. Okay. Says, I don't know, you married or not? That Venus Ketu gave me a little bit of a stress. But you have to push through this. And you know what? You stop thinking about money. Money will come to you. Venus Ketu sitting together. You stop thinking about money totally. Money will come to you. The more you think about accumulating money, keeping the money, and getting more money, it will get delayed. Yeah. You will find obstructions. You have to fix that. Stop thinking about money. It is very counterintuitive, but you have to do that, Anshuman. Then you will see the difference. All right. Shelly's question is here. No, you are not here to pester me. Don't worry, Shelly. I enjoy doing this actually. This is my passion. So you're not pestering me at all. 22:30. And what is your place of birth? Chandigarh. And don't sir me, guys. I'm way younger than I might not look because of my Saturn, but I'm way younger than many of you here. So don't sir me. Call me Dev. I love that. I'd asked you about my job change. Can we reflect for the time frame? I'm trying. Okay. Venus Rahu in your sixth, and Moon is in your 11th. Okay. Sixth Lord going six places away from itself. Bang opposite to Sun Mercury. Actually, Mercury Mars conjunction also becomes very frustrating one. Um, but I understand your question. You are asking the period, and you've just started with, excuse me, and you've just started with Mars Mahadasha. Okay, so some sort of a job change trigger, etc., is bound to happen. That is bound to come into play, and your see that window is already started. So you are in that window. You will see some real action and traction post November 2024. Okay, at least your mind is going to push through that. And yeah, post November of 2024. एक second, did I choose the wrong period? Mars. Since June you should have been thinking about all that stuff. Okay. June, July of 2024, this has been on top of your mind. And my friend, it will, or it should materialize. Moon दिशा तो काफी दूर है. Venus and Rahu. Yeah, traction should happen from post November of 2024. But you know what? The best job change probability is for you. The best job change probability is for you from second half of 2025. Okay, second half of 2025 is the best period. You will hopefully find some real success. Yes. From July of 2025, second half of July of 2025, that is a better window. You will be happy with that job change as well, Shelly. So you have to keep that in mind, but that doesn't mean you drop the ball. Mars Dasha started, action has started in your life. You are going to be an action oriented girl now. I can very confidently say that. So this is going to be good, fast moving period for you. All right, Shreyansh. Shreyansh's question is 2001 and then 1251 Gorakhpur. Yeah, Shreyansh, this is a very wild question. Please tell me about future and career. Like, uh, you have to ask specific questions. It's a snapshot reading, okay? Since you've not asked a very specific question, I'll tell you, you are running through Moon Mahadasha. Please go and watch my Moon Mahadasha video. I have put it in the playlist of Mahadashas. You will get a lot of clarity through that. Within that, you are going through Moon Jupiter, okay? You are going through a very, very important phase in your life right now, Shreyansh, okay? Very important phase. This could be a period where you could crack open a job as well. Hmm. This is a period where you can get a job. I see high possibility of you getting a job by June of 2025. Very high possibility. And if you do not put in a lot of efforts and hard work towards that job, you might lose that opportunity as well. So you have to work hard towards the opportunities that are coming your way. You could find a job or you could lose it very quickly as well. And then you've not had enough interest in studies and stuff. Somewhere I feel that there has been a lack of interest towards education. But don't worry, you are going to eventually bounce back. I think you have a very see, job career का period आ गया है boss. Job period is there. This is a period for you to do job, and that window is opened for you already. So from a career perspective, job perspective, you should put in your best efforts. Best efforts, and you will do really well in your job. You will do really well in your job. Okay? बहुत बढ़िया. Very nice. You're a young lad, your Mars is exalted. It is in Lagna. Don't worry about getting married soon. Um, your 10th house from D1 perspective, as well as from 6th and 10th from moon chart perspective, is also looking very good, my friend. Hmm? And sun's debilitation is also getting cancelled. Very nice. Very nice. So, Shreyansh, your focus has to be, if you don't have a job right now, you should be cracking a job, and you should just right now for the next 2 to 3 years focus on putting in all your hard work possible in growing in that job. You will do very, very well. And if you don't, then you will struggle. So, abhi kuch aur focus nahi karna hai. Nothing else. Okay, Shreyansh? I just hope you follow the advice. Anju, 3rd December. Okay, sorry. Anju, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. All right. So I've been in a 5 year relationship with someone younger, and we are considering marriage, but I'm unsure will I marry and have kids. Um, Venus is with Moon and Rahu. Okay, and it is your seventh lord. And I think one thing is for sure, whomsoever you will get married will have to be from a different community, different culture, or different place. Something will be there in this person's situation. That is for sure. Okay. Somehow you will not find interest or happiness in marriage easily. Mentally you might not be satisfied. From a moon chart, you have Ketu sitting in there, and because moon is in Capricorn, the seventh lord is moon himself. So he's coming into Lagna, but Ketu is there. So some sort of a detachment, some sort of discomfort I see coming in. But this is a period that you should explore getting married. Okay, Jupiter Dasha has started for you. Jupiter Dasha has started for you. Now, for me, whether this person is a suitable fit or not, it is very difficult, Anju. Looking at your chart, I can tell one thing, that you have the probability of getting married to somebody who could be from a different community, culture, different place, different town from where you come from. You could be attracted to somebody younger, yes, because moon is sitting with Venus. But I also see dissatisfaction in marriage in your chart. And how good or great the quality of marriage will be, we have to do chart matching. However, I'll give you a couple of tidbits and that you can leverage. From a dasha perspective, you've started the dasha which goes on all the way till August of 2026 and gives you the window to get married if this is your first marriage. I'm assuming all that stuff. If it is not your first marriage, then it can be tricky, and there are a few other things that will come into play. And the reason I'm saying first or not first marriage, not because of seen your age, I've seen something else, and that's why I'm making that remark. But I don't want to elaborate. Um, Here, there are a few things that have to be done one to one. Okay, so I don't want to elaborate. But from a period perspective, dasha perspective, very good period. You should also remember that one good indicator of getting married to or finding whether the person will fit the bill or not is if the moon of the other person is either in Capricorn or in Taurus or in Virgo. That is going to be a decent match for you if the guy is having moon in that. Okay, and then check that person's Mars as well, sorry, that person's Venus as well. And that person's Venus has to be in an air sign. That will be great. If not, we have to look in a few of more things to make a conclusive decision. But from your chart perspective, I hope you got the answer and that gives you clarity. Okay. All right. Krishna's question we've already taken up. Now we will address the question of Swarup Manchala. May 1998. Nalgonda, I've entered your details. Working as a research engineer, career progression abroad, and chance for business. Uh, Good. So, uh, Saturn is debilitated, sitting with Venus in the sixth house. Venus is going 12th to itself, being the lord of seventh. Mars is getting combust. Mercury is getting combust with the sun in the seventh house. Jupiter is in its own sign in the fifth. And Lagna Lord is getting into combustion, okay, in the seventh house. So of course, it is going to bring this interest in business. Moon is sitting in its own sign. It is the Bhagesh as well as the Badkesh. So you will have that problem as well. But it is, of course, powerful and sitting in its own sign. See, tough situation for doing your own business. But as you guys have been listening throughout the course, I'm always a promoter of doing your own gig. But you have to be prepared for having lots of downs with the ups. Okay. Or maybe you'll have to put in a multiplier effort when compared to somebody else to get the outcomes that you might anticipate or want. So that's the challenging situation there. And then Venus is also going 12th to itself. So that clearly indicates loss in business or loss in marriage as well. That divorce kind of a situation also can be seen through that. So it's a tricky situation to be in from that perspective. uh, so you might want to be mindful on that front. But coming back, career progression, you See, you will be fortunate, you will be lucky, at least because your moon is going to help you, it is going to favor you in the right periods. And I think some of this growth should come specifically for you in your sun mahadasha. Okay, corporate growth etc should come for you in your sun mahadasha more than what you are anticipating in your venus dasha, because sun is your 10th lord. It is going 10 places away from itself, and that is going to be the period you should watch my sun mahadasha video. It is going to be a period which is going to give you grander success and growth in your career when compared to what you're seeing in venus. And remember, Saturn is debilitated for you. Okay, and the sixth lord Mars is also combusted, so lagna lord, sixth lord, both under combustion in the seventh house. Ideally wouldn't recommend business, but if you want, you can still explore that. But sun mahadasha period is going to be such an extraordinary period for you, my friend, that you can do anything that you anticipate, or you plan for. Okay, so let's go and check out the next question. And guys, please bear with me, it's my dog who's got a new toy. I'm pretty sure my son has handed over the new toy to him, so my dog is gonna like absolutely tear apart that teddy that he's got to play with. And he's been super excited because yeah, I can hear him bark because he's been waiting for his gift for a while. And with the Halloween and stuff coming in, he would be like, where is my share? So sorry, apologies if you hear all this background noise. Kudappa. All right. So Aditya's question: I'm working in US and left with one more attempt to get the visa next year during the month of February. Yeah, man. I think that is one tricky bit. Uh, oh man, that's okay. So you are in your Sun Mahadasha. Sun is in Cancer in your 10th house. Good directional strength. Lord of fifth coming in there. Good one. Um, Feb to April. That's the Jupiter period, which is debilitated for you in the 10th. Mhm. Okay, it is getting a niche banga, but it is a slight niche banga. Good thing is that you are in exchange with Saturn and Jupiter. Okay, now let us look at the periods, man. Sun, Jupiter, Sun, Jupiter, Moon, Sun, Jupiter, Mars. Oh boy. Okay, I see. Lagna Lord is sitting retrograde in the sixth house with Rahu, and also it could be a little tricky. Okay, um, I'm trying to find hope. Okay, so let's just put it this way, that it should not spill post March. Okay, if the results are coming before March for you, you should hear a positive news, ideally. Yeah, man. See, if you get it before March, you got lucky, man. Things will work out. Post March, like post third week of March, if it trickles anything beyond that, can get tricky, my friend. That's all I'll say. I don't want to say anything negative, okay? Because I don't want Saraswati to. I'll just say it can get tricky. I hope you get the drift. So let's just keep fingers crossed and let's just hope that the time works out well for you, because you are running through Jupiter Antardasha. We cannot change that. That's the main Antardasha. It's the Pratyantar which is going to cause this thing. And um, that's all I'll say, Aditya. I hope you're lucky, man, and I hope things work out for you. Yes, that is the unfavorable period, boss. April period looks a little unfavorable for you, to answer the second part of your question. That's where I'm a little worried that it should not trickle into the post period. But it is your loving lord's period, even if it is this thing, he is going to help you bounce back. I would not be surprised if you pick up education again for some reason. Some people do that to stay back in US, so I wouldn't be surprised if you anticipate or if you plan something of that sort, Aditya. It can be tricky if it goes in that direction. Okay. Antriksh, I'll pick up your question now. 2004, 841, Noida. Okay. I've made a detailed video on Sadasati, and yes, see, your Saturn is combusted, and this Saturn is currently coming in on top of your moon. So you are in the second phase of that Sadasati, which is giving you that tricky situation. I've done a detailed video on Sadasati. It is in the same playlist of Mahadashas itself. And a relationship with your father could also be tricky in your case. Okay. See, one thing is Andriksha, and I know there is still time for you to get married, but things are going to drastically improve in your life once you get married. Okay. They are going to drastically improve in your life once you get married. However, hmm, see, it's the retrograded Saturn. You are going to see some respite post this retrograde change, Antriksh. That is the first thing that's going to happen for you. November, December onwards, you will see some improvement come into place. And this Saturn should be giving you, and see, Ashtavarga score, I am also struggling with that, man. So I understand what you're going through. Ashtavarga of my Saturn is also not great. But you know what? This will, once again, I just want to look into your main dasha as well. Hmm. See, from October end onwards, November onwards, some. Our moon is getting affected. Yeah, from post January onwards, na, you will see some change, Antriksh. From January onwards, second week of January onwards, 15th January post that period, you will see some change coming in. But the major change will be from the June transit of Saturn. That will be the major change for you. And you need to also take worship Surya more when compared to the combust Saturn. You should worship Surya and try and find some solution through spirituality only. That is your solution, man. Mars is also debilitated in the 12th, sitting in conjunction with Mercury. So there are a couple of placements that are getting tricky, and Sun and Saturn combination is there. So there are a couple of tricky combinations that are coming into play, my friend. My recommendation is uh, just pass this period through all the way to Jan, and then you will see the difference. I think the last phase should be much more relaxing, because you have to see from a, everybody looks at from the moon chart, and that is how you should. But what is it impacting you personally? So it was in your sixth house, then seventh, At least then it'll go into eighth. Saturn going into eighth, more interest in occult and all that stuff and research, and you will get oriented towards other things in life. So that is important. And it's the combustion in your main chart also which is causing all these problems. Sitting with sun and, like you rightly said, Ashtavarga score getting impacted. So I don't have any solution for this. I don't have any solution for this. The remedy is spiritual path only. I will be fake if I give any solution. So please watch that Sade Sati video. I have put that in detail. It's a 50-minute video. You will get a lot more clarity on top of this answer. All right. I'll pick up the question of P. Shank now. All right. Job versus business. What should I pursue? You will have to do job for some time, but your mind will not be there in it. Okay. You will have to do job for some time in your life. There is no escaping it. But man, you are not bold enough in decision making. That's another problem. The moon is combust, Saturn is combust. If you are already in business, then continue doing that. But if you are not, okay, then don't quit and start anything for now. It's going to be very, very tricky, my friend. Yeah, don't quit and start anything right now. Rahu period might give you that tendency. Rahu भी 12th में जाके बैठ गया है. So, and if you want to really yeah, ideally I would want you to stick, your mind will not be there. I would want you to stick with job. Mars is debilitated. Mars or somebody has to be more powerful. Mercury Venus combination is there. It's a good combination for business. But the Dasha is not supporting you. Dasha is not supporting you. That's the point. Wait until Saturn Mercury to arrive. That's the period you have to wait for. You get it? Wait for Saturn Mercury to arrive to start your own business. Until then, force yourself to do a job, which is coming in after 2031 or in 2031. That is the period you should be geared up for, prepared for. You should have everything ready. And hopefully, that combust Saturn will be taken care of. And your Navamsa will also help you. So, wait until that period. Okay. Yesha. 20. 1 second, man. Something messed up. 8:26 a.m. Huh. Last time we discussed about my chances of passing civil exam. Good result. Turns out I failed terribly. So sorry. So sorry to hear that. And Yesha, I hope I'm reading the right chart. You are a Pisces ascendant. Jupiter is sitting with Moon in your ninth house, okay, in Scorpio. I'm just trying to make sure 27, 26, yeah. Okay. And now the question is that when should you pursue, okay? And Mars is sitting in retrograde, debilitated in your fifth house, and Moon is sitting debilitated in the ninth house, and they are in exchange. So that's a good thing. They are in exchange. But I told you that it's niche situation for this thing. Niche banga is happening, but it'll. It's not a mutual aspect or anything, but niche banga is happening at least. So it'll take time for this niche banga to give the right outcome. Okay, but the question is between. I don't have any tips for passing the exam. I'm not a CFA guy. I'm an MBA person. But one thing is, job will be there for you and will demand a lot of hard work. Okay, Feb 25 or August 25. Actually, more than Feb 2025, I'll prefer August 2025, even though your chances look difficult in August 2025 also. But it is a stronger probability and you should be able to crack it. Once again. Hmm. The problem that is happening is your Mars is also debilitated, Moon is also debilitated, and basically the fifth lord is debilitated. That's the point. So education may it is not giving the right degree, the right outcome. Plus, Sun is going and becoming conjunct with combust Saturn in 12th. Um, but Jupiter is sitting in a good position. Okay, that is a good part. Hmm. Okay, Jupiter is sitting in a good position. That is a good part. But if you ask me to pick one of these two slots, I will recommend you to pick for August 2025. Okay. Um, Now, from a job change perspective, don't push for a job change until that same period. Post August, actually, your job change or job improvement will come into place. Hmm. See, you'll not be happy with your job change also. Hmm. Hi, yeah, sorry, I'm giving you all the news that you're not liking, maybe. But yeah, my friend Yesha, please, like your period of better things happening for you happen from September of 2025 when you get into Mercury Jupiter. Mercury Jupiter will actually trigger a lot of positive things for you. Until then, I don't have anything in the short term that I can tell you that gives you satisfactory answer. From an exam perspective, give your attempt in August. Maybe if you give an attempt in August 2025, the results that come in the Jupiter period and they are a positive result for you. That probability is there. So don't go for attempt in Feb. And even if you try for a job change, I don't see good job change coming in the first half of 2025. Not before end of next year, like close to end of next year, which is October period, like literally 1 year from now. It is going to be tough, but that period is going to be much better, and you have 3 years from there. or at least 2.5 years, 2+ years from that duration. You should be looking for that duration and plan and go about doing that. Okay. So I hope that answers my question, your question, Yesha. We'll pick up the next question now. Sanatani Joe already says, yeah, I like this thing, guys. Connect with each other and see that how you can collaborate. Good job. PK family. I like when you guys collaborate with each other and try to do something together. You should do that. That's what this forum should be, man. You should be leveraging each other's help. So it is Milan. 5, 2006. And maybe Om Mane, you should help me as well. Now I'm getting curious. All right, Pune. I see a lot of Pune people coming in and joining in here. So we should have a Pune meet and greet. And I studied in Pune, guys. I did my engineering from Pune itself. Which career field would be best for me? I'm too much into sports and acting, and my education history I also be very good. From where can I expect money to come? Coming here, take care of. You've asked a bunch of questions in there, PK. But basically, your question is around career, is what I understand. So, your second lord is Moon going into the third. Your Mars is coming into the Lagna, and your Jupiter is coming into the fifth house in retro. Okay, Rahu sitting with Venus. Yes, that is a good indicator of fame, my friend. That's a very good indicator of fame, and your Venus is exalted and your Surya is exalted as well. You should actually pursue something where you are your own boss. That doesn't mean you are running a company. You might be doing well when you are self employed or pursuing something of your own. I will not recommend sports. You can pursue acting. Very good chance for you, man. Yes, I want to just give you one warning. Success could be a little tricky for you because your Lagna Lord Mercury is combust. So if you are imagining 100, you will get 60 or 70, but you will do well. You should consider that space, Milind. You should be focused on bodybuilding and stuff. Okay? And yeah, that Jupiter would have put you good in studies and stuff, but you must explore. Have you watched my fame video? You should watch my fame video. You have two, three combinations in the chart. You have Sun exalted sitting in 11th, Rahu Venus conjunction, Venus exalted. Very good situation. And you must consider this. And second lord is going to the third. So you have to explore self employment. Even if you start with a job, for some time you might have to work. You will have to, but it is okay. That is what these people mostly do in terms of whilst building their career and getting started. So PK family, you have to think of that angle and work towards that direction. All right, Sam, that is the next question. 1987 is the time. 13 p.m. Okay, Durban. Okay, Samantha. All right, so this year wasn't great for you, Samantha. Samantha, I've released the Jupiter Mahadasha video, and I see that you are running through Jupiter Mahadasha as well. Okay, you must definitely watch that. It'll give you a lot of clarity, Samantha. And from the start of January, you will be under Jupiter, Sun period. It'll go into Moon, then Mars and Rahu. And I think Yes, there should be some improvement, because your Venus is combust, Mercury is combust, Mars is combust. You had most of those periods happening in 2024. Nothing is gonna be rewarding enough for you. And Samantha, that is the heat that you've been facing so far. My recommendation to you is, if you can, just do Surya Namaskar. It is a form of a yoga. You should explore doing that, if not offering water and doing any kind of chanting of mantras and stuff. But you should at least consider doing Surya Namaskar. It's a form of a yoga. You should just consider it that ways, or just pray to Surya. Sun, that is oh, you do that every day. That's a very good remedy, because Sun is coming into play from January onwards for you. Okay, and then Moon will come into play, and then Mars. So post the month of May could be a little tricky, but majorly during from the start of Moon is bang opposite to Sun, so you will find some stability coming in from Jan 2025 for you. And then, then Saturn will kick in. Saturn is in your lagna, in your ascendant itself, in a retrograde fashion. So be prepared for some hard work, lots of slogging coming your way, lots of slogging coming your way. And you're a Scorpio ascendant like me, Saturn. Both of us have Saturn in the ascendant. We know what's happening to our lives. uh, Things are going to improve from Jan 2025 for you. Okay, it is going to definitely improve for you. But see, every time your Venus, Mercury, or Mars Antardasha is going on, Sam, you have to understand that you will have to put twice the effort, because they are in combustion. They are going to demand that. And you had Venus and Mercury and then Ketu running in for the major part of 2024. That's why you were all this frustrated. Things are going to change. Don't worry. But they're going to change again. So be prepared for some slogging. I hope things improve in the coming period. You will, like, I don't have a solution till Christmas. So that's all I'll say. Let's just put it that way. There are going to be ups and downs, but there is not much of a solution till Christmas. There could be some arguments and all that stuff also happening in different various parts of life at home and stuff. So keep a check on your expenses during this period, and see if you can get in connection with people from foreign land, foreign countries, different cultures, and help you increase your source of income. But overall, during this Jupiter Mahadasha, you are going to find abundance. I'm telling you, the meaning of this abundance is going to be different. You are going to find that. So, with that, let me see whose question is left. Sam's question is taken care of. Um, okay, Shashank is left, I guess. Let me answer his question and then we should be good. Shashank. Uh, 26, sorry, yaar. Sorry, Shashank. One second. It's taking some time. My back is also aching now. 8:33 a.m. Havra. All right. So the question is, should I get in a relationship in my 20s and is wealth good in my chart? Uh, True business. Okay. So Venus is retrograde and combust in your chart. Okay. So is Mercury, and Mars is sitting with Saturn in your 12th house. Um, Coming period, or actually the period that you're running through, is a period where you could be interested in some kind of romantic pursuits, especially with somebody from a different culture or different religion or something of that sort. high probability, but that person could be of very old school thought process and stuff, but it might not materialize into something. It might not materialize into a proper relationship. My recommendation is do not rush for any kind of relationship right now. You, Ankit, consider the membership. That is what helps, but give me a moment, please. So that might not materialize into something conclusive for you, my friend. Uh, my suggestion will be focus on career. Okay, and you should focus on your career, um, in terms of not going abroad. Don't focus towards going abroad at all. Shashank, it's not a good idea for you, Shashank. Going abroad, I mean, there's a possibility that you could go abroad, but it will not give you the desired results. In fact, um, I, let things happen, as they say, in a flow to you. Let things happen with a flow for you. Let things naturally come to you. Then things will be better in your case versus you chasing anything. So don't think of going abroad. Be wherever you are. Things will automatically happen because your moon is your lung lord sitting in Pisces. Good situation. Okay. And Venus is your Badika as well. 4, 7, 10. 7, 10. Yeah, 11th lord. Venus is the Badika. So don't jump into relationships. You are going to face challenge. And please, um, have your chart checked before you get married. Okay. That is also important. No problem as such. Don't worry. There is no problem. But just have it checked. Chart matching before marriage is going to be important. Okay. We'll pick up the last question with that. Ankit has contributed, and I'm assuming Ankit is becoming a member, and that is because there's the same membership amount he's contributed. So I'm assuming, Ankit, you're coming with that mindset. So I will take your question. 10 means 22 daily. Okay. So you are in a job, it's really toxic, and you're not finding in satisfaction with whatever you are doing. So let's look at your chart. So you have Ketu moon in your Lagna, Rahu in your seventh house, Mars is combust, Mercury is combust in fourth, Sun is sitting there. Mercury is combust but exalted. Venus and Jupiter conjunction in your third house, and Saturn is sitting in its own sign retrograde in your eighth. Okay. Okay. Um, and let me just look at the period also. One second. So the Dasha Mercury is already started for you. Have I done Mercury video? No, I have not. I have to do that. Okay. So yes, you are running through that frustration because you are running through Mercury Dasha. You started your Mercury Dasha the later part of 2022. Since 2022 end, not just 1.5 years, since 2022 end, you've been frustrated. And I can tell you that with confidence. Okay. Second problem is Mercury and Mars conjunction is there for you. Third problem is Ketu and Moon conjunction is there for you. So three major challenges that you are facing. And the reason I'm saying is you're running through Mercury Dasha. Mars is the lord of your eighth, sorry, sixth, and it's okay. Like going 11 places away from itself, but it is going in the sign of Virgo and it is getting into combustion and stuff. That's not helping you at all. Okay. And this frustrating situation will continue. Excuse me. I've been speaking 2 hours non-stop, guys. Apologies for that. So this frustrating situation will continue till Feb of 2025, all the way to Mercury and Tardasha. And then you have Ketu and Tardasha, and your Ketu and Tardasha is not easy because it is in conjunction with this moon. Okay. Mentally, it is going to be frustrating for you. Um, and a good job change opportunity A good possibility, decent, I would say, will be at least an year away. And that's not one of the greatest windows that I'll recommend. I will not ideally want you to quit your job at that point in time. However, um, start of 2026 is going to be a much better and rewarding period for you. Um, Especially if you have some connection with a foreign land. Okay, if you have a connection with a foreign country and stuff, uh, I think you will do pretty well from Feb of 2026. That could also be the period where you want to make a job switch, some kind of career switch, uh, and specifically, uh, there will be promotion or something that will come your way in the start of 2027. Growth in terms of income, in terms of your designation, and all that stuff. But boss, current period, very very tough, very very tough. Even though it's your Lagna Lord's Dasha, it's a combusted man. It's not helping you at all. And please, all these astrologers who are telling you that XYZ, Albert Einstein had this and that, and even after combustion, they could. They are not looking at the other yogas in the same chart. The Lagna Lord gets combusted, it becomes very tricky, and you have to put in twice the effort for the same damn thing that somebody else is putting in. So you have to push harder, my friend. You'll have to figure out that thing. But my recommendation to you is channelize your energy permanent in your life. Ankit Agrawal, if you're listening to me right now, permanent in your life, you have to do Ganesh Puja. Okay? Permanent in your life. And when it comes to combustion, I do recommend doing Surya Puja and stuff. But in your case, permanently you have to, or at least for the entire duration of Mercury Mahadasha, please seek his help. I'm sorry, I usually avoid giving religious and spiritual remedies, but in this case, I have to give it because it is necessary. It's the only solution that I can think of, because there's not much in your control. I'm pretty confident you might be a smart guy. You would be trying your level best, but things will not be working out. दशा का सपोर्ट नहीं है, पॉसिबल नहीं दिख रहा. So that's where you have to figure out a strategy, and please be patient, bro, and don't jump the gun. Don't rush to make a job switch in 2025 also. The majority of the period will be running through Ketu, and that decision could be haywire. Ketu is in conjunction with your moon. Yeah. So see, Rahu hates Sun. Ketu has that animosity with moon. So you have to understand why I'm telling you all this. You have to understand how this works out for you. So give that time to yourself, immerse yourself into, and Ketu is with moon. That's why I'm repeating. Lagna Lord is Mercury combust. You have to. Ganesh ji is the Bappa is the savior. He's going to help you. I don't know any other remedy, my friend. So please seek Bappa's help and go for it. Guys, thank you for sticking around. I know many of you who are not members of this channel also joined in today. In future, please consider being a member. It's something that we do twice a month. um, and we take one question from everyone, and we bring him here, and we address your concerns. I hope you enjoyed this reading as well. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya. Peace be blessed. um, I know that Deepavali and all those festive periods are coming, so wish you a very happy Deepavali, wish you a very happy Halloween, and any other festivals that I'm missing out. Enjoy with your family, be blessed, and please keep watching Dev Astrology. See you guys. Bye bye.